And welcome back to part 10 of What If Hinata were on Team 7. So last time, the gang, in this case Jiraiya, Hinata, and Naruto, had finally met the drunkard known as Lady Tsunade. And that's where we pick up, where these two young kids, young shinobi, are just kind of like, is this Tsunade? Jiraiya, what are you doing here? It's like, oh, come on, Tsunade. It took me a while to track you down, and that's how you greet an old friend? Oh, is that any way to talk to your former teammate? What? Please, what could you possibly want? Wait a minute. Oh, I know why you're here. You want me to take the role of the Hokage, is that right? No, and Jiraiya is surprised. Surprised, but doesn't act like it. It's like, then you know. Yeah, I had a run-in with... It's a day for meeting old acquaintances. I had a run-in with Orochimaru myself. It's like, what? Orochimaru? And it's like, calm down, Naruto. You too, you know how to try to keep him in check. And Jiraiya always likes a little bit of dare and stuff like that, but it's like, they have the conversation. Him and Tsunade are playing cards, and she's just dissing on the Hokages. Meanwhile, Hinata just can feel Naruto just tensing. Naruto, don't do it. Don't. Please, I know you're upset. She's not happy with what Tsunade is saying, too. Everything she heard, Tsunade is this great warrior, this great shinobi. She is a medical genius. But what she's saying here is just an angry, bitter, drunk old woman. I mean, she's clearly not an old... I mean, she is old, but she doesn't look like it. But still, just an angry, drunk, bitter woman. And Naruto's at least composing himself a little better because he's at least got Hinata there. But unfortunately, it still reaches the point where Tsunade says, only a fool would want that job. It's like, that's it, you little old grandma. Let's take this outside. It's like, well, I'm sorry, what? You want to fight me? Oh, please. I'm not gonna let her talk that way about the old man. I'll slap that sneer right off her face. It's like, fine. You want to go outside? Let's do this. One finger's all I'm gonna need. Oh yeah? What makes you so touchy about Hokages? And it's like, it's my dream to be the Hokage. And obviously, that fight still goes nearly exactly the same, with two differences. Because remember, in the filler arc, we see that Naruto was, where Naruto was training with Winjutsu and Shippuden. While he couldn't actually use a legitimate Winjutsu yet, he still could at least kind of do the slicing motion, like a blade of wind, if you will. And Naruto makes makes two clones, and, they try to go after Tsunade. She just, boom. That's when she hits the final clone, the clone is able to just focus and do a brief, and it's not even just, what? Did he hit me? What did he hit me with? Was that wind? And then she sees the blood and actually says, no, that little brat. No. And then Naruto finally says, I got you now! Rasengan! Now remember, at this point, Naruto can't do it with one hand, but he can make a perfect Rasengan with both his hands. So, he finally charges up and then, Rasengan! No, get away! And then she just actually reacts, swiping at Naruto, just clocking him, just, poof. And even Jiraiya's like, damn, Naruto! It's like, Naruto! The Lady Tsunade! And Shizune actually gets over there and, she wipes the blood, cleans off, and Tsunade, fortunately, it was like a nick. It's not like what Kabuto did, where he literally covered her in blood. It was a nick, it was a cut on her face, so she does quickly get over that, only to realize what she actually did. and Jiraiya's like, Tsunade, first off, the kid won. He forced you to use another. I was like, well, no, Naruto for all of his faults does have a pretty good recovery. Granted, he's got some broken ribs right now, and he's probably mildly concussed, but fortunately the Fox's chakra will help him out long term with a little bit of extra treatment from either Tsunade or Shizune. Probably Shizune, because Tsunade still kind of just be like, oh god, I'm just going to get out of here. Shizune would probably do the honors, and it sets their head. They're going to be bruised for a little bit, but he'll recover in a few days. But first I was like, well, first off, Tsunade, he won. He forced you to use more than the finger. And Tsunade quickly realized that. She's like, damn it. And second off, what the hell was that? Tsunade kind of caught with her pants down here, and not in a fun way. Waka waka. It's just like, well, you want to talk teaching that brat that technique. Teaching a brat who could never truly master that technique. What are you thinking? Hey, at least let's be honest. If he had hit you with that technique, it might have hurt, but you would have survived. You could have killed him. And again, he's fine. Look, the kid's fine. It's clear. Tsunade, go heal him up. And Suzuna is even giving her a disappointed look, which doesn't get by her. Just go and do it. And like, yes, lady Tsunade. There's a very strong tone of disappointment in Suzuna's voice right now. Tsunade's even just whatever. Fine, fine. You want to talk? You want to berate this morning? Fine. Let's at least get a drink, and you can at least berate me over a drink. It's like, fine. Suzuda, how is he? He's got some broken ribs and a mild concussion, but it looks like he'll be okay. It seems he's already mending a little bit too. His recovery is quite impressive. Well, that's Naruto. The kid can take a hit and keep on licking. Tell him they got the rest of the. Tell him he's got the rest of the. When he wakes up, if he wakes up, tell him he's got the rest of the night off. We'll continue his practicing and training tomorrow. Is it right? And so Jiraiya goes and tries to find Tsunade. And meanwhile, before we get to that, and no, it's not the same conversation they had where she drugged him, because that was leading up to the final confrontation, which was, I believe, in a week. No, 3 days. I'll give you 3 days. Yeah, he said 3 days. So that was 3 days. So that's not the same conversation. That's different conversation. So first off, Naruto does wake up as she's finished passing. I was like, oh, what happened? Did I win? And she's like, no, you didn't win, unfortunately. And then what happened? And then he realizes that crazy old bat literally decked me. Oh, and he just holds it. Oh man, she's got one hell of a hook. Be careful, Naruto. Your ribs might no longer be broken, but they're still at least fractured. You're going to probably need at least a day to rest. Oh man, I didn't think she'd hit that hard. Yeah, and then Hinata actually chimes in, because we know that they are the legendary Sanin. They at least a record of the abilities they were capable of doing is got to be in there. It's like Tsunade is a master of chakra control in Naruto. The reason, didn't you notice how strong she was just with the finger? It's like, oh, that's right. And because of the way she controls the chakras, she can release massive amounts of physical strength and force. Sorry, something fell. There we go. It's like, no wonder if she had been serious about that, I probably would be dead right now. To which Susan is like, yeah, that was out of. Why did she suddenly snap on me like that? And as she takes them back to the hotel that they're probably staying at, she explains that Tsunade has a crippling fear of blood brought on to her years of service, and seeing two of her loved ones, her brother and her lover, die in front of her. She developed a severe phobia of blood. So when you nicked her, which Shizune actually concept, which was an impressive feat, by the way, to do. It kind of set off a bit of a chain reaction. It's like, oh man, if I had known that, I wouldn't even bother doing it then. Holy crap. It's like, are you going to be okay? Yeah, I think I just give you a good night's sleep, Hinata. Don't worry. I'll be good as new tomorrow. And that wasn't me flipping off. That's that kind of, showing off. Just like, good as new tomorrow. So meanwhile, Jiraiya and Tsunade kind of sitting out the conversation. It's a similar conversation in essence to the one they have later on. But it's more along the lines of Jiraiya's, again, they get a drink, they have a drink. And it's a little quiet, and Tsunade, admittedly, this time, no, she messed up. She fully acknowledges, like, I nearly killed a little kid. Holy crap, I don't care if he was a ninja. I nearly killed that kid. And Jiraiya's just like, and she's just waiting for Jiraiya to get in on her for him. It's like, but, Jiraiya, for what it's worth, like, I see you still have that phobia, huh? Like, not like I've done anything to get rid of it over the years. I was like, well, maybe you should consider doing something. Maybe you should consider doing something instead of nearly killing little kids. So it's like, all right, I deserved that one. Yeah, you're damn right you did. What happened to you, Tsunade? I just accepted the world for what it was, Jiraiya. I'm surprised you haven't done that as well. As I see the world as it is. I don't see the world. I might. Who's to say I haven't? But the difference between us is I don't see the world just how it is, but how it could be. You're talking about that stupid hope and dream, Jiraiya, about a world of peace. We both know peace is fleeting. Even when we get it, it doesn't last long. That's why we need to treasure it while we have it, with the people we have it with. I'm sure Dan in Milwaukee would have wanted you to do the same thing. And she just kind of, don't you freaking bring their names up right now. So their conversation kind of goes back and forth a little bit. Doesn't go anywhere. And she kind of like, whatever. Now, should note, we don't have that bet with Naruto and oh no, actually no, I take that back. They still would have placed that bet. She still would have placed that bet. But unfortunately, Naruto kind of, Jiraiya kind of points and like, so tell me, you actually gonna own up to that bet and give the kid the necklace you owe him? Oh, why? It's like, why should I? He didn't actually win. Yeah, he made you use more than a hand. He didn't make me use it. He caused my phobia to act up, and I therefore reacted accordingly. Reacted on instinct. So therefore, the bet's voided. All right. Well, how about this? A new wager then. A new wager then. If he can get master both the Rasengan and his wind shot, and get down the next exercise of his wind training, you'll still give him there. So you're saying if he can master the Rasengan in the next 3 days and get his wind chakra training get perfected, I give him my necklace. And what do I get? And she probably gives her because remember, Jiraiya actually is loaded. That is the thing about Jiraiya that I always loved, that he'll just mooch off other people, but in actuality, Jiraiya is loaded. Because he's the author of Make Out Paradise, which is insanely popular, so he's actually really well off. He actually has a lot of money, which I think is hilarious. As far as I remember, he's actually got a lot of money. So he actually, he writes a check with Tsunade's name on it. It's like, all I got to do is sign it. All I got to do is sign it, princess, and all that would be yours. And she looks and is like, oh, that's right. You do make I keep forgetting you are loaded, aren't you? Loaded's a strong term, but I'm comfortable. But I'm not hurting, Tsunade. Whereas you could definitely use it as a pick-me-up, couldn't you? And she's like, you've got a deal. You must have a lot of faith in that kid. Believe me, this generation's something special. So cut to the next day where, they wake up and say, so, how you feeling, kid? I'm a little sore, but I'll be okay. I'll be fine. So I was like, oh, great. So we're going to first move on. So we're going to move on to the next stage of the training. Hinata, how's your lightning training going? And then she, charges up and she actually does the kunai trick, and she actually shows off. She's pretty much got it. Does it. Oh, great. Naruto, first off, demonstrate to me you can do the leaf one more time. Then he shows off the leaf. Great. So Naruto, okay, kid, I want you to make a couple clones. It's like, how many? Let's go with about 24. And he makes 24 clones. Now, Jiraiya is actually using the shadow clone training method. He's just not telling Naruto what he's actually doing. So, kid, I want you, since you got the first training down, I'll give you a little reward for it. This is the most basic wind jutsu you can learn. It's like, okay, so Futon, wind style Gale Palm. It's like, it's the most basic one. Even though you can learn some more advanced stuff, this will be the easiest technique for you to learn. It's like, all right, it's great. So I'll have 4 of your clones working on that. Whereas, I'll have 4 of your clones stay here for you and, so yeah, there's 5 of them. They'll work on the Rasengan, and 10 of your clones can work on that jutsu, and the remaining 10 of your clones, we're going to work on this. And so right now, Hinata's just sitting there having a cup of tea. He's like, I wonder what they're going to be learning today. So what are we going to do? You're going to cut a waterfall in half. Even Hinata goes, is that even possible? It's like, what? It's like, you want me to what? It's like, that's the next step. Remember, Brad, we're kind of condensing a lot of time into one thing here. You already got down the first step a lot quicker than even I thought you would. So now we're going to be working on this. Luckily, this place happened to have a waterfall available for us to work on. All right, no, and nothing ventured, nothing gained. All right, so you and 9 of your clones go up there. The remaining 5, you're going to be working on your Rasengan. And now, should know, I know Naruto spammed his clone something fierce during training. Jiraiya is not that stupid, because he knows he's going to tire him out, and he doesn't want to spoil the actual usage of the shadow clones for Naruto. But so he says, okay, work on this. Now, we're going to be you're pretty close to actually getting the Rasengan down with one hand. Hinata already has it down. Is that right? Yes, that's right. And she shows off. She can do the Rasengan now with one hand. To which Tsunade, by the way, is still spying on them like she was on Naruto originally. And she's like, wait, that girl can already use the Rasengan? And she realizes, oh, crap. He's actually going to be able to do a Rasengan pretty quick. He's already got it down with two hands. So, but no, there's no way he can get the wind and the Rasengan down. No, that's stupid. And so the training commences. Now, over the first day, I think it would just take Naruto a bit of practice to get it down with it. I do think Naruto eventually gets it down with one hand. Not too much difficulty, just take some practice. And Hinata helping him. Hinata, by the way, Jiraiya gives her the first lightning jutsu for her to learn. Now, when it comes to the lightning jutsu, there's a bunch of them, but the thing is, even low-level lightning jutsu are really effing powerful, at least the canon ones. Lightning jutsu. Oop, that's not the right word. There we go. Lightning jutsu. Lightning jutsu list. Even the most low-level lightning jutsus are really effing powerful. Like, severely powerful. Not lightning, wait, what? Lightning, this is, lightning release. This is interesting. I'm one of the list of lightning jutsu. There we go. Lightning release. So, techniques within lightning release, are as follow. I mean, obviously, your standard Chidori's, the lightning blade, the purple lightning Kakashi made. Oh god, wow, holy crap, there's a lot of lightning jutsu. Holy crap. Woo. But yeah, most of Fist Slam? Okay, is that like a Raikage technique? Yeah, that's from A. I think that's just that's from the game. Okay, that's why. Some of these are from the game, so they're just made up stuff. But yeah, most of these are like, yeah, like even low-level lightning jutsu are severely overpowered. But what I think, but one I always kind of bring into the fray a little bit is from actually Bleach, which is a low-leveled, because their Kido is essentially the magic of the Bleach universe. And Kido can be used in many ways, low-level and high-level. One of the low-level ones is known as White Lightning, or Pale Lightning, depending on the translation. Where essentially you just charge a ball of lightning energy in your hand and it shoots out from your finger. And an experienced user can make that a huge blast, even for something so small. Or, a tiny concentrated shot. For someone like Hinata, that would be a perfect technique because she can target a person's chakra points, can still use it like a snipe, or if she puts a lot of energy into it, she can hit someone. Or she can, use it as a blast, or she can maintain the charge in her finger and, use it more like for a lightning-based gentle fist style. Ultimately, she has her practicing that, and that's what she focuses on. Again, over the first day, she's now practicing that and, using her Rasengan and, finding ways to use the lightning, the pale lightning in conjunction, say, with other techniques. Naruto, again, gets the Rasengan down for the most part at this point. Jiraiya will still say over the next 2 days, you'll still want you to create a few clones just to be, and keep practicing Rasengan, just to be work on your chakra control and to be sure you have it down. The Gale Palm Naruto has more struggle with. Not to say that he's incapable of doing it. It's just not a very strong technique at the moment because his level of experience with wind chakra is very limited. So he's still struggling, but he's still taking time. And likewise, Naruto's really not going. There's not a lot of progress being made on the waterfall. So then when the next day comes, Jiraiya just said, just keep working on what I gave you. Naruto takes a few clones, Gale Palm. Eventually, he does get the Gale Palm more or less down. Gale Palm, poof. And now, basically, he's just using a few clones to continue to, work on that, make it a bit more effective. And then Naruto takes the remaining clones and works on the waterfall. Now the waterfall is going a bit faster. He's getting more of that, like instead of that, he's clearly making some more progress. The final day comes, and he's almost there. He's almost cutting a waterfall in half. Almost. But it's similar to the Rasengan, where he hasn't gotten it down perfectly yet. So really, it's similar to the scenario we had in the original version, where he basically perfected the Rasengan on the go, on the fly, with with that. We'll see something happen similar to that with the wind chakra. But meanwhile, Jiraiya and Tsunade meet again for that talk. This time it's a bit more of a civilized talk. She does actually extend an apology for the way she's been acting, but she drugs him, and that's where that, and we know where that ended up. Whereas she slipped me a Mickey. Meanwhile, Jiraiya, Orochimaru meets up with Tsunade. I'll need 2 buddies for it, Tsunade. And then she's here, getting ready, and Kabu's like, no, stop. What is this? Did you plan to kill me, Tsunade? After I promised to even give up my dream of destroying the leaf and bring back your loved ones, you would betray me. I knew your promise was for nothing, Orochimaru. I said, even for a moment, I would sacrifice everything they stood for just so I could get to hold them in my arms. I am weak. And then I met someone who reminded me, and then basically the fight goes down. You and I have never actually met in combat. And so they go. Again, that fight all goes the exact same up until Jiraiya, Naruto, Tsunade, Shizune, and Hinata arrive on the scene. And that's where we're ending this episode off of. Because I could go more in depth into that fight, but that fight either is going to be its own separate video, like the entire video will be that fight, or we'll take up a good chunk of another video. At least 10 minutes, I'd have to guess. So I don't want to go into a 30-minute video when I don't have to. I rarely go into beyond 20 some odd minute videos. Occasionally I will for certain videos, if it's a list, the best and worst, those ones will tend to go over 30 minutes. But I try to avoid going that long if possible, because I know some people's attention spans just aren't that long. So anyway, but that's where we're leaving it off. Naruto has not perfected his wind chakra yet, but spoiler, yeah, he'll get it down. But he has mastered the Rasengan. And Hinata has learned the Rasengan, and she has learned the lightning jutsu. But they've still not had their first kiss. Very sad, because really they actually been focused on training at that point. But they're still spending time together, enjoying each other's company, all that good stuff. Until then, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know the review of it at some point. By the way, yes, I know there wasn't a wall for all, as far as I know, at least not a big one. As far as I know, near the town that Tsunade was in, but I decided to make one just for the fun of it, and because it made sense to kind of further along the story. Until then, though, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for Win, Star Wars, superhero magic, what if, anything to do with the channel, put that in the comments below. I'll get to it at some point. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.